Yo, what's up, everybody? It's Time Fire here, back from a video, and today I'm going to be showing you guys a money play and one play touchdown here out of the gun split close formation. Now, this is going to be in the Miami Dolphins offensive playbook. It's just the most popular playbook with gun split close. And first things first, I'm going to go ahead and head into my packages. I want a wide receiver right here at this slot instead of a tight end. I will show you guys how to do that. So go to your packages, you flick the right stick to the left once. Now you're in the strong slot. You guys see we have Odell at our tight end slot, but we don't want him there. We want him right on this left side. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is head into my subs. I'm going to go over to this left side, click A to sub him out. I'm going to put Higgins there, and then I'm going to click it again. I have Odell there, and then I'm going to do the same thing on this right side. I want Jarvis Landry on this right side rather than the slot. So I'm going to go ahead and head to the right side. I'm going to click A, and then I'm going to click A again. We have Landry there, and then we have Higgins, our wide receiver, right in this slot, right where we want him. He's just going to be a clear out part for the most part. I'll get into a play where he's going to be used, but if you have three good receivers, it shouldn't matter anyway. That's just a way to get your best receiver on the left, which is what you want. So I'm going to come out in this PAY shot. That is going to be the play we're going to be running this one play touchdown out of, and then I'm going to head into a ton of different setups out of the play just to completely dominate. So I'm just going to head into a regular cover 3 here. I'm going to respot the ball, and then we will get started. So you want to be on the right hash for this. If you flip the formation, I have the two receivers on the right side right now. You want to be on the right hash. Let's just head over to the 35-yard line, and the setup is going to be very simple. What I'm going to do, first things first, I'm going to block Y. We don't want him on the play action. Sheds seem to be a lot better on that play action. What I'm also going to go ahead and do is put X on a streak or a fade. I prefer the streak because it gets downfield better, and it's only like a yard of separation from the left to the right. And then last thing you can do is I like to just put B on a route that sort of baits the user down. We want to distract him from the one play touchdown. So I recommend putting slants. You could put like an in route, maybe a deep in route, something like this. But something to just distract the user, pull him down enough to where he's not worried about the one play touchdown on that left side. Like I said, this is going to be cover 3. What I'm also going to do is slide to the left, and I'm going to double team that D end on the left. The last thing we're doing, motioning Higgins over. You're going to motion him over a little bit, and then just snap the ball right about there. You guys see, he's going to pull down that outside third, and you guys see Odell is wide open. Just pass lead that all the way to the left side by holding your stick to the left right before you throw it, and then you guys see the ball moves over to the left. He's going to be wide open right over that outside third's head. Once again, the setup, block Y, streak X, slant B, and then once again slide to the right and double team this D end. If you don't know how to double team, it's just LB, then the right stick down, and then you can just move your D-pad to whichever defensive end you want to double team. In this case, if you have an escape artist quarterback, you're going to try to scramble over to the left a little bit, buy you some time for this to develop. Once again, you're motioning Higgins over a little bit. He's going to move that safety down, which is kind of unfortunate, but it's not really going to affect the play. You guys see once again, Odell easily able to get wide open right over that safety's head, which I said you could run the fade. I'll show you guys how it works with the fade. So here, instead of just putting Odell on that streak, I'll put him on a fade route. You guys will see it's going to be a little bit slower to develop, but he's going to be a little bit more over. So if that's your personal preference, then you can do that. Other routes, just B on a slant, Y on a block. This is best for the max protect, and you can even torch like some defenses just running this, even if it's not a cover 3, if he's just sending the house at you. So once again, you want to motion him over just a couple of steps past Odell. You guys see it's a little bit slower to develop, but he does get a little bit more separation. That corner is a little bit more close because he's backed off just a couple seconds more just because of the slower release by Odell. I'll show you guys one last time here though. Streak X, slant B, block Y, slide to the left, and then you can do you don't have to do those adjustments, but if you're trying to get over to that left side, that's definitely the adjustments I like to run. You can snap him right about there and just pass lead that to the left. You guys see I do a little bit of swerve there, and I'm able to make that completion. So just a simple concept right there to run. So I'm going to show you guys this. I'm going to head to some random defenses, and we will just get into some of the other setups. So I'm just going to reset the defense here so that we're just not going against a cover 3 stock every play. I'm also going to just put this X drag trail in my audibles because I'm going to go over that play briefly at the end. Just a simple little setup I like to run out of that. that I didn't go over in my gun split close mini scheme. So let's just head into a random zone coverage here, and I'm also going to respot the ball right about here. I want to be on the left hash when I'm on the second setup for the PAY shot. So this is pretty much a max protect setup. This is just a very basic setup. What I'm going to do is just put A on a streak, B on a slant, and you can block Y once again. This is just going to be a max protect setup. Great against blitzes. A lot of times this formation is super good against blitzes. People are sending 7. They're not going to send 8 people, and you can just really get a lot of time out of this. You have the running backs picking up good blocks on the edges, which makes it so dangerous. So we have our crosser, we have our clear out, which is A, which is why I said this receiver doesn't really matter too much. You want your worst guy right there. And then we have Landry on a slant. What I'm going to do, motion Landry over a couple steps, almost to the wide side, but we're still going to motion snap him right there. We have match coverage. If you have a good enough receiver, you should be able to do that. Baker just sailed our throw right there, so that's kind of unfortunate, but I'm actually going to move the ball over a little bit. I don't like to be just completely on that left hash. That's my personal preference. Once again, streak A, slant B. You can motion Jarvis over a couple steps. I forgot to run the play or block my running back there, but you guys see Odell's just wide open. The good thing about this is a lot of people are just going to follow that slant. They might see the crosser initially, and even a second of hesitation will cause you to get Odell wide open, especially you get a Tyreek Hill right there. If he even hesitates for a second on that slant with Landry, you can hit him. And if Landry is also wide open, then you can maybe either throw it to him or you can roll out to the left, playmaker him out. There's a lot you can do. Once again, the setup, just B on a slant, A on a streak. I'm going to block Y this time. You can slide to the right if you know you're trying to roll out to the right to hit that crosser. Here, though, that was a bad read on B. I didn't think that zone would pick him up, but I guess we got like match coverage there, so I'm just going to set it up really quickly, even though we don't get a coverage I like here, but it's perfectly fine. Odell, pass lead that to the right, make a catch on the sidelines. Simple enough right there. So another setup I like to run sort of out of the same play is just put Y on a wheel route, A on a streak, and B on a slant. Same concept, but this one I kind of like to be all the way over to the left. We're trying to open up the wheel route here. This works very well against cover 2 defenses primarily, but it can also work against a couple of others. Not really against cover 3, but here you guys see we're able to do that. And oh my, that was a forced ball. I had the X wide open, I think, but a lot of times the user's going to be focused. I'll show you guys a way better to use the wheel route in our next setup, but this is one I just go to occasionally, especially if he's running man blitzes. You can easily check that down to Chubb immediately if his user is responsible for that route. You guys see Odell is wide open on this crosser, so I'm just going to hit him simply like that. A lot of times, if they're running man blitzes, they might be worried about the crosser route. They could also leave A wide open. One last time, though, this is our setup. And you can just come out here, snap the ball. We have Y on that wheel route. And we're able to hit B. Finally, on this slant route, we get him open. So the wheel route can also pull zones all the way over, especially if it's like a soft spot. So that's something to keep in mind as well. You can also just put like B on a hitch if you want to run something like this. And the user's usually not going to defend the hitch. He's going to be worried about that crossing route. You can simply hit him like that. Hitches out of the split close are very good to run. So that's just a very light concept once again here. Especially out of the max protect. If you know he's running a zone blitz, you can do something like that. Should pull down some of the zones. That was a forced ball, but not sure how Odell didn't get the separation on the linebacker anyway. But that's going to take us to our next setup. Here we get like a terrible look, so I'm just going to run the ball real quick. But out of our next setup, we're setting up a great route with the wheel route. As I get another terrible look. Jeez, why are you running quarters? I'm trying to show off the plays, but out of this X drag trail, it's going to be a pretty simple setup. Jeez, holy crap. I've never seen this before. I'm just trying to go up against a regular defense, and I get quarters 3 plays in a row. Let's see if we can get a new play. All right, dollar, it's good enough, but what I'm going to run out of this is a pretty simple concept. We're going to be utilizing the wheel route on this right side, actually. So what I'm going to do is simply just move the ball over a little bit. Like I said, I like running my wheel routes on the short side of the field. Just a faster developing wheel route. So audible, what I'm going to do is put X on a hitch. I'm going to block Y, and then I'm just going to put B on a flat. You can also motion B over and just put him on a screen, whatever it's called, the smart screen, I think. And you can also put RB on a wheel if you want. That other wheel route was a little bit weird, but we're just creating 2 high-low reads simply. I shouldn't have lowballed there. I had him wide open immediately. That was a misread by me, but simply just making a concept by yourself. B on a flat, RB on a wheel, X on a hitch, and we're snapping that ball. You guys see RB is able to get open on that wheel route. We're able to pick up some yards. It looks like they were just playing over the top anyway. I could have hit B as well on that. Let's see if we can get this concept on the left side going. Y on a block, RB on a wheel, B on a flat, simple. So we got Odell on that hitch. We'll see if we can wait here, and we're able to get A open late. That's a good thing about the hitch. It's going to pull in those zones a little bit inside, so you can pass that to the left or to the sidelines. That's kind of why I like running those on the short side. You can also just run it from the middle of the field as well. You don't necessarily have to be on a hash. I'll show you guys one last time here though. X on a hitch, Y on a block, RB on a wheel, and B on a flat. A little bit of a more advanced concept, but nonetheless still able to get working. You guys see we're able to hit Hunt on that wheel route. Could have also lowballed that to the inside, but that comes with a little bit more experience reading the zones. Anyways, that's going to do it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, please make sure to leave a like on it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well for some more Fire Madden 20 content in the future. And also drop a follow on Twitter. I will leave a link to that down below in the description. Go check that out. And peace. I'm out of here.